All right, awesome. Well, welcome in to the Trade Lounge, New York edition. I'm your host, Gerardo G Money Pius, and welcome to the Trade Lounge. This is part of the G Money Trade Group services, free service that we provide, open to the public. Zoom links, code can be shared to invite people in, introduce them to trading, introduce them to the community, and just to see how things work. Just a quick announcement there. Remember, the world is, in my opinion, what I've been noticing, the world is now starting to get, you know, interested in trading. I mean, trading been around for years, decades, but the modern world for trading, when it comes to retail traders, it maybe started around 2015-ish, maybe 2010 kind of picked up around, a few years after, before that I joined, and then from there, it had its peak, right? Obviously everything that has a trend has its peak. Had your, the gurus online and all this stuff, and next thing you know, it tanked a little bit, right? It did a pullback, but I think now, after that, people got in bad situations with trading. Certain people were not legit, scamming, scamming, prop firms falling down, all that stuff, right? That was just the retracement, right? And then now it's just, I think people are starting to understand, hey, I want to learn how to trade. I had a friend of mine who he's my mentor in coaching soccer. And he called me. He's like, Gerardo, we speak Spanish to each other. Gerardo, I want to learn how to trade. Can you show me? I'm like, yeah, man, I got you. I got you. So I send him my link, and he lives here in Dallas too, so we may have a coffee. But yeah, guys, I mean, the world is starting to, understand trading. Again, to me, trading is just giving the opportunity. I want people to understand what trading is, not the charts, not gold, not pips. How can someone multiply their money with trading? We already know how to multiply our money with time. You clock in somewhere, you put in your time, and you get paid times the hours you worked, right? You start a business, you got to do certain things, and then from there, you get paid from that business. So that's my main thing. How can we communicate the message about trading? This is how it works. This is how you can benefit. This is how you can lose. Don't bet the house. Don't bet certain things, and this thing's too loud. And just wait for you to multiply. It's gonna take some time, but if you stick with it, you can treat your phone like an ATM. You can go on a trip. You want to make $50, you can. In the morning you make $100, you can. You want to make $1,000, okay, it needs more skill, but you can, right? That's kind of where I want that's the message that I want to communicate. Strategy, people will choose their own strategy. People will learn different strategies and so forth, right? So but welcome in, Andrich, representing all the Czech Republic. Michael, welcome in. I think no, Michael's in Czech Republic too, aren't you, Michael? There you go, man. Joe, what's going on? Andrea, Annette, Nico, Toby, welcome in, welcome in. Cavani, Cavani, good to see you. Yeah, see, Andrich. Yeah, I may have some trading buddies right there, man. Maybe I don't know each other now. We welcome in. There you go. We're connecting the world. We had Czech Republic obviously with our prior community as a big supporter, but Czech Republic too is a very, very beautiful, beautiful country as well. It was just, yeah, one of the best experiences I had in one of those trips. All right, guys. Well, let's get started. As always, right, these calls are for educational purposes only. Any speculation, trade idea is just that. So, I already did my top 10 analysis for today. I always try to clean up a chart and try to clean up the chart and then kind of start fresh, right? Um, yes, Prague. Yeah, that's where I went, Prague. So, okay, so quickly, right? So, just I basically got three fids, right? Usually one weekly candlestick is enough when tourists are home. Usually one weekly candlestick is enough, but in some situations, right, I had to get the three weekly candlesticks as a control because obviously this was a strong week that did not hold. And this is these three were um, where the range that gave us that pullback and pushing up. Hold on one second. Okay. So our next ETM class that we'll have, Marcus and I, we're gonna do our ETM candles and stuff, but the way the ETM candles work and the way we use the fib with the candlestick and the ETM candles, we're gonna kind of introduce a few new candlesticks into the ETM system, and basically it'll be the three consecutive candles, and I'm just kind of reorganizing that lesson for the ETM. But three consecutive pushes, three strong pushes. You measure that range, came in about 50, just below 61%, found some support. And then from there, it pumped back up. Okay. So, we could say we can tell this story different ways, right? Let me actually put a fib on here, right? You can tell the story different ways. So basically, this range from this candle to that high, okay, there goes the fill on the right hand side, came in and kind of just missed us, went below 61%, in between the 61% and the 78%. So basically, here, if we would have traded this, right, our strategy would have been enter, at 61%. I think Andrej, on your movement, right? You put what was your stop loss on this meter here? 0.8 something. I think you told me around there, right? He would have put his stop loss at 887 or whatever it is, and that would have been a good trade. Okay. Another way you can look at it is like, okay, I'm gonna enter at the open, right, of that candlestick, because I've been telling you, I've been seeing a lot of volume reacting from the open. And for those of you I was waiting for liquidity, well, you missed the trade. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. I was planning all that. When I saw that wick didn't get touched, I was planning that statement there. But yeah, that's how that worked, right? Impulse correction around 60, 78%, went back up, challenged the 23, established itself above, and up it goes. Now, where are we at? We're at the extension levels. This is usually where the trend peaks, and then from there it does a pullback to continue going higher. So let's go down now to, and before that, right, I also have marked up the range of that previous weekly candle, which was very bullish, which is right here. Okay, from here, right, from the weekly chart, I immediately go to the 4 hour chart, turn on my sessions indicator and higher time frame candles indicator. It's been a game changer for me how I teach. And here it goes, right? This big fib on the right hand side is the same one as this little gray one. I'm just going to delete it. And again, though, there goes that range, there goes that area that we're in, there goes this previous weekly candle, high and low. So we're actually flirting around the negative 618, okay, already of it. 1 second here. So how is this chart communicating with us, right? Well, we got the low and the high. And again, though, right, the extensions also behave like support and resistance, right? Price peak, it kind of already touched the 618 once and kind of hovered above the 272 and establishing itself there. All right, so could it go to the one? Could we kind of reach the 272 of the 3 weeks? Maybe we peak there and then we kind of pull back a little bit. I don't think we're gonna pull back a lot, to be honest. And this is another way, guys, is like, you know, the Fibonacci retracement tool and combined with the extension settings, that's how you can estimate or calculate where a high would end when we're at all-time highs, right? You can find a daily candle or a weekly candle. You can find some structure, okay? Measure that, and then this will tell you, okay, this is where the high will slow down, even when there's nothing to the left to monitor. So okay, we're there. So what's catching my attention, I believe it was yeah. So now we got the weekly view, weekly analysis viewed on the 4 hour. Now let's go to this 1 hour, 2 hour time frame. Just kind of a more intraday, but a third fib. This is the weekly fib over here on the right hand side. For the 3 weeks, another weekly fib for that previous weekly candle, and here goes the daily candlestick. So to me, right, we still have to kind of use the control of Monday, right? Monday's control. This is distracting me. Second. All right, excellent. And this is the way I kind of mark up support and resistance, right? Where's price going? Are we near a support level? Are we near resistance level? This is kind of my support and resistance with the Fibonacci retracement tool. So this big box obviously represents that previous week. And inside of it are the days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So this one is Monday, and then this candle is Tuesday. And then this price action that has no box is today. So yesterday there was no real control, right? The candle is maroonish looking because the candle did close bearish. Let me actually see what kind of close did we get. It was kind of a little doji scenario. So I can't really use that as a control candlestick. The levels are important, but I cannot really use that as a control candlestick. I rather use the Monday still as the control. Alrighty. Monday still as the control right here. And price literally came 50%, guys, 50% on Monday, and then just took off. 50% on Monday and just took off. Let me, yeah, there goes that wick. Okay. And again, what story can you tell yourself, right? What I see, right? What I see is this is the Monday box, right? Price came into 50%, take off. More technical, more experienced traders will probably see the same thing. But again, Andres talks about liquidity. There's a liquidity pool down here. All the stop losses were there. This little wick took them out, and then from there it goes up. Whatever you want to call it, that's perfectly fine. That's another way to tell yourself what's happening in these charts. I personally just like to stay locked in with the fib impulse correction, put a fib on it, and then from there off to the races we go when it rejects that level and so forth. So I still use it as a control. So between so now, right, it's just a matter. Okay, I think we're going to continue going higher. Everything is still bullish. News did come with mixed emotions. This week will be all busy with news as well. Let me see. Here we kind of just refresh here. Yeah, this forexfactory.com. Wednesday, January 14th. We have some more news came out 7th. Yeah, this is a lot of mixed news. Thursday again, we have some more, and then Friday we finally cool down. But I think we'll move on Friday, right? I think we'll move on Friday. So now let's I have some templates up here that I use for indicators. That was my higher time frame template. Now I'm gonna do my candlestick analysis template. This is the ETM candles, right? Where I turn them on. I am coding another version where I'm looking for those 3 consecutive candlesticks. And I believe I saw it good, like for example, here, 1, 2, 3, 3 consecutive gave me this range. And again, those are going to be in different time frames. And what's catching my attention, I believe it was in a lower time frame. Was it the hour? I think it was the hour. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I think we want to come back right here, guys. The 2, 3, these 3 candlesticks, they need a little bit of love. Okay. This is the range that I want to focus on. So I got a range. I got a range of bullish control, right? What do we do when we find a range? Okay. That's the high range. That's the low range. We do the same exact thing that I just did, but now just focused on these 3 candlesticks. You put a nice little fib on it. And ideally, I would like for price to come touch the 23%. Okay. And then continue pumping upwards. This is my plan. or anywhere around the zone and continue going up. Okay. Based on the imbalance or the control, right? People see imbalance is perfectly fine, but control, fib that entire control range. You noticed here we did tap into just missing the 23%, pumped up. The price is repeating itself over and over, guys, with the fib. So one of the things that you'll definitely learn through me is that I love the fib. I use the fib, and we're going to continue using it because it's fractal and it helps me map out and always find opportunities. The most important thing. Alrighty. So that's the speculation. Okay, let me actually pause here and share the chart with you guys. There. Perfect. So ideally, I would like for us to look for some buys from here. One out. Blue for buys. Boom, right there. All right. So that's the price line 46.13. Now, here's let me show this chart first. Bienvenido, Victor. Welcome in, Vicky. Okay, there goes the chart there. And everybody else, welcome in. So there goes the chart that I like when it comes to this range. And here's kind of where you can get technical, right? This is where, between now and that 23%, that's an $18 drop. Do I see the correct momentum to trade towards it? Should I just leave it alone? So on and so forth, right? Because again, though, right, everybody comes into these charts with a different plan. I only have 30 minutes to trade, so I need to find the opportunity that's more probable for me during this first 20 minutes of the market, right? My plan is to get 50 to 90 pips on gold every day. There's a range of 118, 180 pips. All right, you know what? I may see an opportunity to sell. If the price is right or the pattern is right and the momentum is right. If this was just about 50 to 80 pips, like you know what, I just rather let it drop down and then continue to the top side, right? So that's kind of where you start playing both scenarios. But again, though, if we do get here, right? If we do come here, if price does this movement, now my focus, guys, is this price action right here. How does it look on the smaller time frames as we go down? Okay, we have a reason to go down, correct? We have a reason to go down, but how does this price pattern up here look? Are we getting the right turn? Are we getting the right distribution and so forth to take a shot? Do we have an ETM candle kind of giving us a setup? I mean, we do have this little BC right here that it got engulfed, price wicked into it. The stop loss would have been at the high. I mean, that would have been a pretty good one right there, right? Let's see how it looks on the 20-minute chart. Let's see how it looks on the 5-minute. But the whole thing is like, do we have enough information up here to take us down? If we do, we can take the shot. If we don't, then just let it go and wait for price to get down here. Okay. Yesterday's session, right? We were waiting for buys. The GBO indicator premium signals that I have. It called the buy. I didn't take it because I wanted to go a little bit lower. I think it called the buy right now too. I'll check here in a second. And then we missed the buy, right? But yesterday, it always happens right after class. I wanted us to buy from down here on this green level, right? And the wick here played this BEC and pumped up, so I missed this entire buy. We did the same analysis that we did, and like, all right, I still think we can come down here. So what happened right here? We formed a drop, base, drop, and there were the entries for yesterday to kind of take us back down to that level, right? So that's kind of the same thing that we're waiting for this morning. All righty, it's the same thing that we're waiting for this morning. And yeah, perfect, guys. Let me go into my so that was the kind of the candlestick analysis, looking for those ETM zones, and then I turn on my naked charts to see if I missed anything structure. I mean, there's still nice structure there to the top side. I do have a strategy that we use with the New York Impulse, which we'll cover that one, for our live trading team. But I have a lot of tools to give finance the confirmation. This, what you see, guys, right here is the S&P structure momentum system that I have. It's an indicator that I coded that allows us to read, what's the intraday structure, where's the equilibrium, is it churning, is it bullish, and so forth, right? Everything's still very bullish, very, very bullish. I think we still continue looking for some buys. The momentum is nice there. And then last but not least, right? Again, though, I became a coder over the last 6 months. Really enjoy coding, and we have an indicator that gives us some signals to find opportunity in the market. Pretty good for the most part. If you see blue, those were take profits. If you see black there, those were stop losses. It does visually it does win more than it loses on a certain time frames. And like right now, it's calling for some buys. It's called actually, how many buys did it call? One. Yeah, these two hit TP1 and they're still working. It's actually three signals on right now trying to take us to these highs, right? These are things that are visually sometimes it's hard for us to read. It's born from this born from this ETM system that I've been using. The signals do. But again, though, uh, uh, it's giving the signals here. Like for example, it called three buys on Sunday afternoon, Monday morning, in an area where we're when buy high. Like, is it really going to turn? And they call them pretty good there. So again, though, it's always man versus AI, right? In one shape or fashion. I want to buy, but I want to buy from a little bit lower, right? A little bit lower. So I'm kind of, challenging the moves right now. And again, though, you do got to take it into consideration, right? Because the AI is not looking at news, not looking at the fib levels that we're in. It's just strictly following the rules that I set in these parameters. And then from there we can take it to the top side. Actually call the sell here. All right, guys. That is the weekly speculation. I mean the New York speculation for today. For those of you who are subscribed to the VIP, you have access to the next session that I have. And I did you know this year it looks like I am going to be working independently moving forward, trying to build a community of a pure trading focus. So if you guys got the link from the school, thank you guys for being there. We do offer some free services, and yeah, and then you can always come here. Trade Lounge will be there. Always be part of the chat. I'm trying to get this to 100 members pretty quickly, so feel free to share. It'll be a very reasonable subscription. There are going to be more things coming as well, right? But as far as the live trading, it'll be about $40 a month. After this month, right now I am running a promo for $25 a month. You get live trading Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. Okay, I have a VIP group. I also have, I'm thinking about private mentorships as well. Also, a Golden Goose project that that we'll probably use to help our money grow together. Pure trading scenarios that will come. And más importante que todo, abrir esto en español también. Entonces, eso viene también para todos, ¿ok? Entonces, enfocado 100% en el trading, ¿verdad? Y los costos serían igual. Okay. So, thank you guys for joining. You got the link there. Any questions, feel free to message me directly. And we'll see you guys this evening for the Trade Lounge, Sydney. Sydney. We will be live trading. What's it called? Nico. We will be live trading here for the VIP group here shortly at 8:15. I'll open it up. And remember, live trade group only gives you Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. But make sure if you recently subscribed to the live trade group, or if you're subscribed to the trade loop, go to that classroom, finish this checklist, and go join the Telegram. Get your indicators, here, and we'll go from there. Thank you guys. Have a great morning. We'll see you guys in the chat. Bye now.